Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Left Undone Incomplete Investigations Saturday live stream. I see lots of you here. Hello, everyone. Michelle and, oh gosh, okay, you guys have been chatting for a little while. Happy Saturday. Thank you, Michelle, for greeting everybody. And thank you. And we definitely appreciate the thumbs up. So if you're new here, my name's Kathryn, whatever. And I am the Left Undone channel owner. I suppose that's what it's called. We've been following a lot of cases. Started the channel with Daybell, Lori Vallow, Daybell case, which is still crazy and still going on. And hopefully we'll see them go to trial together soon. Well, January now. Looks like they've decided that they're going to merge keep the cases merged, keep the defendants in the same case, however that is. And then they will, I'm trying to get to the bottom of the chat here. And then, so they're going to keep them together and they're moving Lori, even though Lori has not I'm still a little bit confused about this whole thing. Lori has not waived her right to speedy trial, which means she should be tried before mid-October. But they apparently can decide that she has to wait with Chad. Now, I've heard different things from legal experts that say this can be an actual problem because Lori, oh, thank you, Witty Mystic. Lori Daybell, she's not waiving her right? And so it sounds like, Michelle told me this, that Lori could wind up being walking because they're violating her basically her rights, her constitutional rights. So I'm a little confused about that. Let's see. They found good cause, would have to wait till after trial appeal. So it sounds like they probably at some point there would be an appeal, right? If Lori gets sentenced, she's going to appeal it because they made her move to January. Helene, I'd like to see their toenail removed one by one and then their fingernails. The reason being they need to grow new ones for the second coming. Seriously, no kidding, right? So all my mods, I see you guys here, Ruby and Lori and Michelle, you must be on the wrong thing because you're not, maybe, I don't know what you are. I don't see a wrench, but I can't see him over here. Do you have your wrench? I'm on the StreamYard app, so I can't see the actual YouTube stuff. Like I'm not on YouTube, even though it's streaming to YouTube. So that's that one. I mean, and then this week would have been JJ's 10th birthday. It's awful. Every time I think about the fact of what Lori did to her own kids. Michelle is in a Facebook group, and I saw that they posted pictures that Lori literally took pictures with Tylee, 2 days before she murdered Tylee, like selfies and photo shoots and Tylee looking really pretty and Lori in the picture and stuff. Just sick, man. I still don't get it. I don't get it. I won't get it. I just don't. I think they have Lori always recall Arizona has her up. Well, that's true because Lori is up for murder because of her husband, Charles, that her and her brother decided to murder. So just insane. Absolutely insane. So January is the date of the trial, which will be here before we know it because time is literally, I have no idea why, but time is flying. Like it was just April and now we're in the last weekend of May and I'm going to Greece in 92 days, 93 days. I don't know. I can't wait. Ready to go. Need a vacation. So it was posted 2 days before, not on a date exactly, but Tylee knew she was going to die. You think so? Oh, I would have. Tylee seems pretty brave. I think she would have ran away. Don't you think she would have called somebody for help? What is my hair doing? I hate looking at myself. I should be able to put a thing over it when I so I can't see. Jenny, you're finally on summer break. Thrilled. Time went quickly. Yeah. And life is going by so fast. It's crazy. Just a little bit about me. My pool is starting construction this coming week. So Wednesday, Thursday, they're going to start digging the hole. So I actually am getting a pool for real. It's hard to live in the desert without a pool in your backyard. You know, I live in the desert. I'm used to living at the beach, and I moved to the desert in October 2020, or September, last day. Anyway, so I'm getting my pool. It's not a huge pool. It's a spool. So Left Undone party at my house when the pool's ready. We can christen it. I think Tylee was scared of her mom, but in denial that she'd actually kill her. Right. I mean, yeah, who wants to? I guess you really wouldn't believe your own mom. You know, that's kind of like a push-pull thing. Like, I love my mom, but she beats the heck out of me. You know what I mean? Like an abused child, but I love her. Like even dogs that get beat by their owners love their owner. So when you look at it that way, yeah, my mom would never go that far, right? That makes sense. That's why she will not walk. If the Supreme Court gets involved, this is where she will be taken care of and overruled. Yeah, I mean, honestly, she murdered her children. Anybody that's going to be like, oh yeah, you can walk, they got to find something. And you're right. She has the Arizona case. So walk on this one. Guess what? You're going right back to jail in Arizona, and you can be roommates with what's her face in Arizona. What was her name? Oh my gosh, I'm having a blank. But you know what I'm talking about. The one that her boyfriend was Mormon and she murdered him in the shower. Lori, only with the speedy right issue. The judge made pretty good explanation for a decision. I think it'll be okay, but there's always possible. Okay, good. I feel better now because I have been so wrapped up in the Johnny Depp trial that I have been paying attention to nothing else. I finally got the last thing fixed with my house after 2 years of repairs from Hurricane Sally, and it was my pool. The pool's fixed. Yay! Midnight Noon. Hi. Yeah, the pool. Jody Arias. Yes. I can't believe your house was destroyed from a hurricane. Gosh, hurricanes scare me. I know people say we live in earthquake country, which I truly do. The San Andreas Fault runs literally in my backyard. Not my backyard, but right behind. And, so I'm like, okay, I don't have any shelves. Nothing's going to fall on my head. My house is made of sticks. Houses in California are not made of bricks. They're made of wooden frames. So we don't have overhead power lines. It's new construction. So unless something falls on my head or I'm on the freeway on an over ramp, I think I will live through an earthquake, but who knows? I'm sure there'll be cracks in the walls and everything else. But yeah, hurricanes scare and tornadoes. Oh my gosh. So many people I know right now, a lot of nurses I work with in California are moving to Tennessee and Oklahoma, and everybody's leaving. But but then, they got hurricanes and stuff there. Why did it just connect to hopefully that's not going to affect this. My earbuds. My son was here. He had taken over my earbuds. I haven't had them, and I finally got them back because he left. Hurricanes are scary, but I've never been in one bigger than a Cat 3, and we're scared of the tornadoes. Yeah, I think the tornadoes, because you get so much warning with the hurricane, and tornadoes just boom. They're just, there it is. There they are. Go to the basement. Thank you, Michelle, for posting my links. So I had, I've been watching, there's an attorney, I watched Scott Reich, and I've been watching an attorney, his channel's called The Lawyer Peter Tragos. He does a lot of analyzing I've never seen him before the Depp case, so I've only seen him analyzing the Depp case and talking about that. But I thought he'd be a really cool guest to come on. So I was in his chat and I sent a super chat and I'm like, hey, will you come on my channel as a guest? And he's like, well, probably, but is it anything that I could add any value to? I guess I didn't put I have a crime channel. So that was the end of that. He'll probably block me. Crazy lady wants me on her channel. But who the hell's her channel? But anyway, I thought he'd be an interesting guest because he's analyzing these cases and he's an attorney. And it would have been nice, but I think I got blown off on that one. All these YouTubers that have 100,000 subscribers, they don't want to deal with somebody with 15,000 subscribers. So we'll just keep it. You guys will just get me. That's it. I have a feeling Johnny will win the case, but only be awarded a very low amount. Same if Amber wins. The court of public opinion is, I think Johnny wanted to win more than anything. I think so too. And I think Amber's career is completely destroyed. And she's a big fat liar. And she looks like a liar. And she sounds like a liar. And she's accusing everybody of lying. I mean, okay, so Camille Vasquez, Johnny's lawyer, that is the one that's always been questioning Amber. She's like, oh, okay, so you're accusing that person of lying, you're accusing Kate Moss of lying, like you're accusing all these people of risking jail time to lie for Johnny Depp. You know, like, come on, think about it. Yeah, he has a really nice channel. And a lot, I like opinions on this kind of stuff. There's another guy that I found yesterday that's been going to the trial. He's Canadian, Rumpel, something like that. Thank you, Michelle. Yes, members, before I go on, members, we have a Discord channel that we are in all the time. We have a great community. We do members only lives. We're supposed to do one last night, but my pool people came late and I couldn't do it, but we're going to have one tomorrow. And so we do all that. You get the emojis, and my membership is only $1.99. I don't raise it. I won't raise it. Well, maybe I will if gas prices keep going up. No, I'm just kidding. But it's there. We have a really nice community. Everybody's gotten to know each other in there. So come join us if you are so inclined to want to join a fun community of people. Oops, Jenny. I went in willing to listen to Amber's side. After listening to her side, I'm 100% on Johnny's side. She knew who she married. Right. And listening to those recordings. Okay, Johnny, go tell the world that Johnny Depp, a man, is abused. You know, like she made, and that whole thing where she's saying, I hit you. I didn't punch you. I hit you. I hit you. I'm sorry I didn't hit you with a proper whatever. I mean, and they made a good point in court. If that was a man saying that to a woman, all hell would break loose. If a man was saying, I didn't punch you, I hit you, get over it. I didn't hurt you, all hell would break loose. He'd be in jail before a blink of an eye. Yes, thank you, Lori. Yes, come on in. And Runky of the Bailey, is that what his name is? Okay. So I was listening to him last night. He has been in the court, in the Depp courtroom, and he has been observing the jurors. And so he said one of them that really seemed to be on Johnny Depp's side by expressions and reactions and stuff like that was one of the alternates that was removed. So they sent the alternates home. The alternates didn't know who they were until yesterday. And they had put them in an envelope at the beginning of the trial. So they sent yesterday they said number 2, number 13, I think, you are the alternate. So you are free to go. You won't be deliberating unless somebody gets sick or something like that. So please don't, go read into this trial or anything like that yet. So, so the alternates went, but the 7 people that are deliberating are there. He said there's one guy that was like a younger Asian male guy who wore a mask the whole time. He said he couldn't read him. He couldn't figure out what he was thinking. And then just other people on the jury. It was I didn't even finish listening to the whole thing. I started listening to it last night. It was going on and I fell asleep. But yeah, so he was interesting because he was able to see the jurors and kind of read them a little bit. And he's an attorney. So in Canada. A lot of women have been abused, have been calling Amber a liar, and his exes have said Johnny wasn't abusive. Right. Yeah, I just found this. Here's a note. When Amber let's see if I can share. When Amber filed the restraining order against Johnny, this article came out soon after that. And this letter right here, I don't think I can zoom. It says, to whom it may concern, Johnny Depp is the father of my 2 children and is sensitive, loving, and loved person. And I believe with all my heart that these recent allegations being made are outrageous. In all the years I have known Johnny, he has never been physically abusive with me. And what? And then looks nothing like the man. What? I don't know what that says. I lived with for 14 wonderful years. Sincerely, Vanessa. So Vanessa is his ex-partner. They were never married, but they have 2 children together, Lily Rose and Jack. And Vanessa wrote that when the restraining order came out, back when Amber orchestrated her, like, I'm going to the court. So, hi, Kristen. So, right, abuse does know no gender. So, you know, abusers tend to be abusers. Like, they don't, it's, as adults, they're already abusing. If Johnny's been in a lot of relationships. Let's see. He was married once a long time ago first when he was young, and then he was with Winona Ryder. He was with Kate Moss. He was with that, who's that actress that was kind of weird. She had some kind of weird grudge that showed up on the stand. That older actress, that's like 10 years older than him. Forget her name. I forget everybody's name. But, so all those people, nobody has said that Johnny was abusive. And we know Amber is. We've heard her. We've seen her. Let's see, Nana Chan. This trial should never happen. It should have been resolved in the divorce. Neither side should get anything. Well, that's kind of true in a way, but Amber decided to tell lies. I really believe she's lying, and go call TMZ to show up to see her bruise, fake bruise, and, you know, put this all out there. And so I literally believe she defamed him. And if I was a big movie star and in this whole world of Me Too, I would have taken it to public myself, because I would not want my reputation to be that I am a abusive person, you know? So yeah, Amber, it went too far, but I blame her. She should have never, ever started this whole thing. She should have walked away, got divorced, had the settlement, and moved on, you know? And then after that, the TMZ thing, she could have let it go there, even though that was ridiculous. Then she had to go get involved with the op-ed. So, you know, if I was him, I would definitely have gone this far with it as well. Let's see. I think Johnny has abused Amber and at least one of his drunken and or drug-induced stupors, but I still like Johnny better. I think Amber's a liar, and I think she definitely abused Johnny in every way. Yeah, and then there is, you know, but one thing that really sold it for me on that is when he was saying he had, like, tried to get away from her, and she came to every bathroom he went in, she followed, and then she was trying to go in the door, and then when somehow the door hurt her foot, and he was like, I didn't, you know, like, he was super apologetic about it hurting her foot. And then after that, that's when she came in and caused all kinds of more havoc. So it's weird. That older actress may have a gut. What is her name? Against Johnny, but she also said that Johnny wasn't abusive. Yeah, she said he threw a wine bottle. I mean, you know, so I don't think she's lying at all. And he wasn't abused. She doesn't have any account of her being abused, but she did bring up the wine bottle thing. Those people like to throw shit. I'm telling you. I don't know. I've never heard of people throwing so much stuff in my life. Vicky, see Vicky's comment. Ellen Barkin. You're right. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you. So, but another thing that really, really got me is the TMZ thing. So Amber in her deposition says, well, I wanted him to find out about me filing other than TMZ. And she goes, because TMZ was, I'm paraphrasing, TMZ was alerted or notified. And then she goes, and then in court, she's like, oh no, I don't know why they were there. I have no idea why the paparazzis were at the court that day. You know, it was really quiet when I went in. I don't know about the paparazzis, but they said she was on a plane and she got back to LA, and the guy from TMZ, who's put his own self on the line, because even TMZ was there to argue they didn't want him to go as a witness on the witness stand because they're afraid he was going to reveal source. And clearly he did reveal a source without saying any name, but he put himself in a situation with TMZ, right? But he was the one that was to notify the paparazzis of where people are going to be. And we were in, was it Spago or something one time when I was in Beverly Hills. And I was sitting at the bar with my friend and I was talking to the bartender because it's one of those places where you always see the paparazzis, and in Beverly, you always see the paparazzis, you always see the stars coming in and out. And I asked the bartender, I'm like, how do paparazzis know? Like, they're not out there right now. Like, how do they know who's here? And he's like, oh, a lot of it comes right from the stars. They tag themselves, they make a comment, they let them know. Like, they let them know. So a lot of those I was like, oh, interesting. So was it Spock? Where I think it might have been. Anyway, it's one of those places where you always see on TMZ where the paparazzis are and the stars are going in and out. Nice restaurant. We ate there for the fun of it. So the guy from TMZ, I can't remember his name because I never remember anybody's names. He came and got on the stand, and the way they explained it, I saw a lawyer explain this, the copyright stuff. They cannot post, it's a video, right? So the copyright owner, who's the person that owns the video, which had to be Amber because we see her in the video moving the camera around and being like, what? I just woke up. We didn't even fight this morning. Oh, let me adjust this. Oh, let me pour that wine. Oh, look, he's slamming. And then she snickers, like she smirks. That video, they said when they received it, they literally were able to post it within 15 minutes. And the only possible way they could have posted it that fast is if it came directly and was verified by the copyright owner. And she got on the stand and she said, I don't know. I didn't do it. Not me. I don't know. To the jury. Was it me? But was it me? I don't know. I don't know that man. He wasn't there. You know. So she's lied. She's got caught in so many lies. So how can you believe anything she says? I think Camille was right on that, on her closing arguments. Like, if she told one lie, you can't believe everything else she say. And she's told a lot. We've seen a lot of lies get in this whole thing. This isn't a criminal trial, but I believe beyond a reasonable doubt that Amber leaked the video or instructed someone else to do it. Absolutely. And she had to verify, and they know it was from her. I mean, it was her and him in their house, or was her house in Orange, or was it? I don't know. I don't know what house. No, the Switzer house. I don't even know. Apparently Johnny has a lot of houses all over the place, and several in LA. And so she's just such a liar, you know? And from the beginning, I just got that sense about her. You know, someone else put this out there, and I completely agree. I feel like I'm an empath, you know, whatever, however you want to describe that. And when somebody's telling something that really sad, really hurtful happened to them, I well up, like I cry, you know, or at least well up. I feel nothing when she's telling her story, nothing. And if somebody else that was telling it truthfully would give all those details like that, I mean, how horrific. And the other thing, as an OB nurse, that whiskey bottle incident that she talks about, that SA with the whiskey bottle, is completely, I can't believe that for a second. I'm sorry. I am a labor and delivery nurse. I have checked so many cervixes, right, in my day. Thank you, Kristen. Appreciate it very much. You're always so kind. Thank you. I've checked a lot of cervixes in my day, like hundreds, maybe probably thousands, right? And I mean, even when my patients have to get like, we do balloon inductions, right? Where they put in like a Foley balloon into their, you know what, like to dilate their cervix. That's so uncomfortable. So uncomfortable. You know, I'm the nurse, I don't do it, but the doctor does, and I'm standing there holding their hand, and it's so uncomfortable. Just regular exams are so uncomfortable. So if you're not in that romantic way, I guess I should say, you know, that would have been damage and so much painful. There is no way she wouldn't have gone to the hospital. I'm sorry. There's no freaking way she wouldn't have had medical records on that. I don't believe her. That right there, as an OB nurse, threw me on like, yeah, no, that didn't happen. No. Especially if she saw bleeding, like she said. Yeah, you'd figure something was really damaged. So she's just a piece of crap. And I don't believe anything she says. I think Johnny has accomplished his goal and has shown she's nuts. His career will be fine. I tend to agree. Neither should get money. And I don't think he even cares about the money. Like, honestly, the dude could sell a house and be fine for the rest of his life, right? So sell your island, Johnny, you know, whatever. You'll be fine. He's my age. He's heading towards retirement. Like, he's okay. He can start collecting Social Security, sell a house here and there until he dies. So it really isn't, I don't think it's about the money at all, right? And hopefully they just award him the, you know, defamation lawsuit, and nobody gets any money, and they go on their way, and Amber can grow up and learn a life lesson. And I agree. He just wanted to clear his name, and he wanted the world to know his truth, right? Like, wouldn't you? I would. I really would. And to know that Amber is like, red alert, people, she's going to do this to the next person and the next person. Right. She wouldn't be able to walk. She wouldn't be able to sit down. She wouldn't be able to pee. Like, come on. No, I'm sorry, Amber. That would not. No. Mm-mm. No. When Johnny was smashing the kitchen cabinets, Amber was filming him, taunting him. If she was afraid he might beat her up, she wouldn't have been standing there filming him. Absolutely, right? And all he does is grab the phone from her. He's like, oh, okay, you got this going on now? Like, he grabs the phone away from her. She isn't like, sorry, help me. You know, she was not afraid of him. And I can understand, it's like some people fight back. You know, I had a boyfriend that was a horrible, like an ex-boyfriend that I got together with after my divorce. And he moved out here from Illinois. And once he started drinking, he was very abusive, extremely abusive. He threw a trash can at me. He took the phone away when I was calling 911. He pushed me down in public. Like, I've dealt with that. And he kicked me in the stomach. Like, he was horrible. And I bailed him out of jail the first time, let him come back, happened again. He would lie. He'd say he'd put a fake person on the couch, turn the TV on. I went to bed, and he would make a fake person with a pillow over him and go out to bar. Like, he was a rotten guy. He's dead now. But there were times when he was very apologetic in that. But my experience is so different than hers, And, the way the abuse that she describes, the hair pulling and the punching and the slapping and the smacking and the hitting and she would have a lot more damage. The broken nose gets me too. Like, okay, Amber, broken nose? You didn't go to the doctor for a broken nose? Oh, well, to me, it was broken. Oh, really? Once you get on this, oh, okay, he broke my nose. Oh, well, it felt broken. Do you know what a broken nose is like? You get black eyes all the way up your eyes. Your nose, like, you've got to go get it looked at. She's just a piece of work. I learned something from Amber. Pledging to pay something is the same as paying it. So this month I will pledge to pay my rent and see what my landlord says. I know. I wonder if I can pledge to pay for the pool that I'm putting in. I'm pledging. Go ahead and dig that pool, people. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm, over, a couple years from now when I feel it. Hi, Bar. The sad part is when you're in the position Kathy was, you're afraid to bail them out and you're afraid not to. Right. Exactly. Right. Exactly. And, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'll never do it again. And no. We don't hear that from Johnny. We hear that from Amber. I don't want, I ruined my reputation. I don't know how to get it back. And I know I need to learn. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't hit. I shouldn't do. She was doing that. She was the one with the over apology, like that kind of stuff. So she thought she had a broken nose, not once, but twice. Yeah, see. And all that she can show is a little teeny bruise. And when she was on the stand and she says, well, this is my bruise kit. People on TikTok were like, well, that's right. That it, like people that will do makeup and stuff and like acting makeup and all that. This one girl was like, yes, this is exactly what she has. And it's an actual bruise kit to make bruises. And that's what she showed. That's what she showed, a real bruise kit. So Amber thinks everybody's stupid and we're not. Don't forget the I love you stuff, right? I love you. I won't. I couldn't live if I'm not with you, but I love you. I can't. I wouldn't be able to even go on. La, la, la. And the way they got together. She was with Vanessa for 14 years. She played that person. That, oh, look at me. I can steal your husband. She played that game. I once smashed my nose into a diving board. It didn't break, but I could barely show an expression and it hurt so much because of the connected. Oh God, yeah. Yeah. Well, probably felt horrible. I love that he won't look at her. I know. And then when she's saying that, because he can't or whatever, you can see somebody zooms in on Johnny and he leans over to his attorney, Venchu, and he says, I don't want to. You can read his lips. He says, I don't want to look at her. That's why I'm not looking at her. So let's see. What else was I going to talk about? But honestly, you guys, Hollywood couldn't even have written this good of a craziness, like what went on in this trial, the different witnesses, that doctor, cuckoo psychiatrist doctor. Oh my gosh, was he like he was, which is that target dyskinesia he's doing. So he's on some psych meds himself, that doctor, that they do that's a side effect of some psych meds when you do that with your mouth. So he's a psychiatrist. I guess he can be on psych meds if he wants to, but kind of bizarre, right? And then he was like, oh, isn't Marlon Brando dead? And he was all over the place. And he argued like he was not a good witness for them at all. There are some TikTok's mocking Amber and her false crime. There are so many funny TikToks. I was like, I'm following so many people that are following the case on TikTok, and I'm just like, oh, that's hilarious. So funny. I put one in the group in the Discord today, this animation one. Oh my gosh, it was hilarious. It was so hilarious. It was just unbelievable how talented people can be on TikTok with the little videos they make. Yeah, and they need you to acknowledge them, right? Yes, they do. Wasn't he weird? He was so weird. They have names for women that steal husbands and men away from their mates. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. So that was like, oh my gosh, you couldn't write this stuff. And just so many of the witnesses, the only one that, and I think they're right, the only witness that came in person that was one of Amber's actual people was her sister, Whitney. And, Whitney's going to lie for her because Whitney's her flying monkey. In the narcissist world, Whitney is her complete and total flying monkey. And she's abusive to Whitney too. Johnny says so, and I believe that. And there's a video floating around of Whitney with a black eye. And somebody going, did Amber really do that to you? And she's like, we're not talking about that. And she's like, yeah, but really, did Amber actually hit you and do that? We're not talking about that. Have you seen that video? I've seen it once or twice. I don't know where it came from, but I did see it. Yeah, TikTok has gone wild with the trial. It's so funny. It has definitely. Well, the Discord link is for members, so don't put it here. She was on a show full of bruises. On a show full of bruises. Who? Whitney? Yeah, but if anybody needs a Discord link, I will post it on the community page, the YouTube community page after, under members only. So no worries about that. Whoever needs it, I'll put it there. Let's see. I wrote something. Oh, Hicksville. I'm going to go, you guys. I want to go. I got to find somebody that'll go with me. But that Hicksville place, have you guys seen it? It's totally not far from here. I can get there in an hour or two. But Hicksville, let me find it. It's super cool. I want to go there. I mean, I just said that, but I'm saying that again. Let's see. Here it is. Let me share my screen. Did I show you this last week? I can't remember. Or the week before? It's super cool. Like it has like these little cabins and Airstreams, and it's like a glamping thing. And that's where they rented out the whole thing. So Amber and Johnny, there's a story in Hicksville. They rented out this whole thing with their friends, because you can rent the whole thing out and bring people and like have a party there. Lori, let's plan it. Let's go. And you can go there, right? And so they planned it. They rented the whole thing out because it's a campground. So other people are going to be there too at the same time, but you can rent out the whole thing. And they rented it out, and they brought their friends to Hicksville. And then this big thing happened between Amber's story and Johnny's story. Amber says that they're doing magic mushrooms, all of them. And some girl was next to Amber. I forget what her name is. And I don't know, why wasn't she here? Why wasn't she here as a witness? But she was like leaning into Amber or something like that. And Johnny came up and grabbed the girl's wrist. This is Amber's story, and said, how much pounds of pressure would it take to break your wrist? Do you know? Because like, that's my girl. That's what Amber says, right? But then Amber's best friend, Rocky, didn't see this happen. I don't know where this person is that it happened to. Why wasn't she called? They could have subpoenaed her, right? And then Amber says they all went to bed, and they all went to bed, and then Johnny choked her, had her by the neck. I don't know, whatever, one of her stories. And he smashed up everything in the trailer, the trailer they were renting here at Hicksville. And she says the owner came, and he was so upset the next day at all the damage in the Hicksville trailer thing, you know? And so, let's see, book a trailer. So availability. Okay, got it. All right, let's go. So look at, here's our options. That's not bad. Look at, okay, I guess we can't. That's if you want the whole thing. If we want to rent out the whole place for Left Undone, then we can do it for $1,880 a night. That'd be some fun. Hicksville is in California. It's right here. It's out here in the desert. It's in Joshua Tree. And then this one's $200 a night. This one's $265 a night. This one's $316 a night. This is $495 a night. I like this one in front of the pool. poolside trailers. That's what I want. I want a poolside trailer. All right, Lori, you ready? Pioneer, the integrated. So they have all these, and then they have a general store. They have a little bar there. Friendly competition, bonding and bonfires. Look at, they have like a hang loose area with a lifeguard tower. Sleep under the stars. The music play, shower power, what's cooking. So it's kind of cool. Like, doesn't it look cool? I like it. I want to go. I know. Come on, Ruby. Get on a plane. You got it. It's a long flight, but you can do it. We can come to your house and glamp with the pool. I know, but I want to go there. I'm out my house every day. I want to go to Hicksville. Out there and hang out and jump in the pool and play. Anyway, so, oh, Jenny, I love Joshua Tree. I wish I'd known about Hicksville when I was there last. Yeah, it's cool. I don't know. Looks fun to me. I was telling my friend who I'm going to Greece with, and she's like, well, we'd have to go when it's not hot. And I'm like, we do? why can't we go when it's hot? I don't know if they are air conditioned or not. I haven't looked that far into it. Anyway, so there, put that on our Left Undone list. Oh, click on the Airstream. Okay, let's go back. Hold on. I'll click on the Airstream. All right. Trailers. View all. One of a kind trailers below. Okay. This one? This one? Nope. Somebody's gardener's making noise down the road, and Percy's alien one. Hi, Sabrina. I saw your chat on, yes, asking Peter to maybe do. I asked him, but then he was like, well, is there anything I can add to it? So I don't think he clearly doesn't know who the heck I am and why I'm asking him to come on my show. He probably thinks I'm hitting on him, and I'm not. I'm going to be his mother. So I don't know, but it would be cool. Peter said he'd come on your channel if he could add anything to this discussion. Oh, okay. Oh, cool. Thank you, Sabrina. Oh, you told him? Okay, good. Yeah. So that's to know it's a true crime channel. I was like, I'm not a makeup channel. I'm not, anything that he wouldn't add to. I'm not talking about childbirth, like I'm not talking about OB stuff. We truly talk true crime here. So he would definitely be able to add to my channel. Just to have him as a guest, that'd be super cool. This is another one. Hi, Carrie. Oh, yeah, here's this one. Oh, I like this one. The Airstream. Do they have air conditioning? Because they have air conditioning, I can go now. I love it. I think it's super cool. He said he has one up in Idlewild too, of some sort. Sabrina. I told him you were an OB nurse who did true crime, that you had an honest, awesome channel, and you two would be good collaborating together. Usually when Peter says he'll join someone, he does. Very cool. Okay, well, I will have to ask him again, because I thought he blew me out. He was like, well, okay, I have anything to add to it? And then I tried to leave a comment and it kept disappearing, but I think it's because I put my email address in it. It's probably got a filter on there. Looks like spam or something, maybe, when you put an email address. I don't know, but I can ask him again for sure. Cool. I think it'd be interesting because he's an attorney and he understands all this stuff, and we're just middle-aged. I'm just a middle-aged nurse that is interested in this stuff, but I don't know all the legal parts, right? Like some of us. He said it was mid-century mod decorated. Yeah, it for sure is. That's how I decorate my house, mid-century modern. That is my decor here. And then I got this picture recently because it's the palm trees, you know, like I'm trying to get like the old Palm Springs, you know, because Palm Springs was super cool back in the mid-century. A lot of Hollywood people and stuff. Very interesting. Did I get the right one? I think I got the right one this time, right? Yeah. I got the right one this time. We can reenact the Johnny Amber Hicksville incident, right? Okay, so to go back, so the owner of Hicksville, somebody notifies him on Twitter or something. Oh, people that used to work there with him, and he was the owner, but he sold it, and now he has one in Idlewild, but he had both for a while. I don't know. I'm going to have to look and see what the one in Idlewild is too, because Idlewild is in the mountains, and it would be cooler, but it's probably pretty cool too. But we want to go to this one because this is the one they went to. So somehow he contacts the attorneys for Johnny. They call him, they get him there to Virginia, and they put him on the stand, and they say, okay, so you were the owner of Hicksville during this incident. Do you remember it? He's like, yeah, I remember. I remember them coming. I remember Johnny. He was really cool. He went and asked one of the people that worked there to play guitar with them. They sat around and played guitar, you know, and he said, you know, he was talking to me, he was super friendly. And I guess Amber got mad at him in front of him at Johnny. And he said, it was really weird. I gave him their space. I went away. But then they asked him about the damage, because remember, Amber's like, yeah, the owner, like Amber did not expect the owner of Hicksville to show up on this town on the rebuttal witnesses at all. I'm sure she didn't. Like, you can't write this stuff, right? So they get him on the stand and they're like, okay, so there was some damage in the unit they were renting. And he's like, well, yeah, it was one broken light fixture. They charged him $63 to replace them. They were able to find them on eBay or something and replace them. They were matching, so he had to replace both of them. Charged Johnny $63. But Amber said the whole place was jacked up and he destroyed the place. So I was like, oh my God, Amber, like, how can the jury side with her? Like, in any way? I just can't believe they would at this point. It would be the biggest Airstream. Looks right, but I don't know. Just remember the owner describing it. Okay, let's look at this one more time. I'm going to go back because now I want to know which one they stayed in. We're on a mission here. Okay, hold on. You see any sconce type lights? I'll look and see if there's more. Hey, I have that same turntable. I bought it on Amazon. I totally have that same one. Okay, let's see. They said it was, oh, maybe this one. Oh, I bet it was this one. You think it was this one? Is that an Airstream? I guess so. Let's see. I'm sure they would have whatever the nicest one is, right? The pink flamingo. Oh, it totally could have been this one. There, look, hold on. Wait. Hold on. I saw like a sconce light. I just saw it when the thing went by. There, right there. See it? Did you see it? I want to pause it. Okay, hold on. That might be what got broken. If this is the one. Right there, see? And he said there's a pair, so there's probably one on the other side of this door. That's okay, Carla. We're on a mission. There's a place you can rent out near where I grew up where you can rent out houses designed by Frank Lloyd Wright. Oh, that's cool. Sconce. Yeah, you saw it, right? I'm thinking, okay, let's let the thing finish. Yep, I bet that's it. So one of these things got broken and he had to get a pair and replace it. And God only knows what could have happened in that, you know. But Amber made it sound like the whole place was so, yeah, it'd be hard. It's a camper, right? Yeah, totally. So let's look at it again because I think this would be it because this is the biggest one. And has two doors. Oh, there's a Roadrunner. We got them all over the place. They're so cool. Okay, here we go. Pink flamingo allowing you to come in. Yeah, I mean, it would be like, it's not like that little teeny hallway there. I still have my COVID cough. Yep, I bet that's it. Bet that's it. Okay, mystery solved. Paper wall boards and sconce easily bumped and busted. Probably, yeah. And the owner was like, wasn't a big deal. It wasn't like he went to TMZ and was like, oh, Johnny Depp stayed at my place and they destroyed the place. Like, don't you think that would have been somewhat news for somebody if it was really that bad? All right. So let's see. Elon Musk actually made a statement. Somebody had posted something about the trial, and Elon said, I hope they both move on. At their best, they are both incredible. So I guess that was nice. But I got to tell you some bad news. It seems to me that even a small altercation, physical altercation in an area that size would have destroyed the entire thing. I don't know how anyone could believe a word she says. Right. And don't you think people would have heard it? It's when you look back at this place, it's not that big. Like everything's sort of in a circle. So I think that like everything's pretty close together. One more time. So if they were around a campfire or whatever, is there like an overhead map of the place? Here, look. This is it. I mean, there is some major crazy going on there. I just can't imagine that it wouldn't have been. He said the owner's place was about 75. This must, I wonder if this is like the owner's place where they stay. Said it was about 75 feet away from that one. So I don't know. It looks to me like it's not that big. There's just not that many. We can have an event there. Look. Oh, look, here's another overhead. view. So we should have a Left Undone event there. His accountant would have receipts for the sconces. If any more damage, it could be proved. The owner would be able to show the damages, fees, if any. That's why Amber didn't push it. Right. She's like, I don't know who that guy was. She's all, I don't know. He wasn't there. And everybody's like, he's the owner. He said he remembers you. He was there. Believe me, he was there. She's like, I don't know. I don't fault him, but he just wasn't there. That is how much of a liar she is. Like, she's literally lying about the owner of the place that was there. And she's saying he's wrong. Everybody's a liar but Amber. Everybody's a liar but Amber. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. And a pool. Type of place where doors and windows are left open for the fresh air if it's cool enough at night. Right. Totally. It's all enclosed. There's other people camping there. It's not like if you're out in some wilderness camp area. There's no bears. You might see a coyote, the road runners. Maybe a rattlesnake have to come over. So, yeah. Don't believe him. Don't believe in her. And, okay, so I heard this. I didn't verify it, but I did hear this from that Rumple dude, lawyer guy. He said that Johnny already went home. He's not going to be there for the verdict. He will not be there. Johnny is gonzo already. Bye. So Johnny will not be there when the verdict is read. This is what I heard today. Oh, there's Johnny Depp. Hi, Johnny. Nice to see you. Thanks for joining. Johnny Troll Depp. Anyway, Amber is either lying about the owner or she thinks she is so arrogant that she doesn't notice the lower people. But if that really is Johnny Depp, you need to stick to some woman your own age. You and I are both born in the same year. You need somebody like, not necessarily me, but somebody like me. Amber, right. She's so arrogant, she doesn't notice the lower. Right, she's so weird. She's just a bizarre human being. So Johnny's not going to be there for the verdict. So we won't get to see his reaction, I guess. Maybe he'll make a statement after. Here's Johnny. I know. John, we are so humbled and blessed to have Johnny Depp in our presence here on Left Undone. There's never been a better day. Never. Yeah. Oh my God. This is what happened when I talk too much. My COVID cough is still lingering. Yeah, he doesn't have to be there. The lawyers will be there. That's right. What happened to Michelle? Did she turn into Johnny Depp? I wouldn't be surprised. Michelle, where'd you go? Amber is a gold digger. Yeah, clearly. I think so too. People are like, why would she's not a gold digger? Oh. And the other thing, in Elaine's closing argument, she's like, Amber was entitled to $31,000. Johnny Depp made, or millions. Johnny Depp made like $70 million in the time that they were married. You're free too, see? Roll call. Oh, there's Michelle. Okay. I want to know who turned into Johnny Depp. So Elaine, Johnny's, not Johnny's. Oh my God. Amber's lawyer, Elaine, who's like, poor Elaine. I mean, it had to be hard for her. And being hired by Amber could not be easy. Because she's probably dictating the entire thing. But anyway, say this, say that. But Elaine said, in the time that they were married, because California's community property state, and that is true, whatever assets you get while you're married to each other, it's 50-50 split, no questions, no whatever. It can be negotiated, though. You can negotiate that. But you're entitled 50-50. If she wanted less, she would have to agree to it, right? It would have to be an agreement. But so then, yeah, she says she's not a gold digger, and then she talks about all the money she's taken from. So then she's like, okay, he made $70 whatever million during their marriage, so Amber would be entitled to like 35 million, and she only took 7 million. But what Elaine didn't point out, and I'm really surprised that Johnny's lawyers didn't point this out, because they all live in California, they know, they're California lawyers. How much money did Amber make during that time? She was in Aquaman. She was in movies while they were married. She made some millions herself. So odds are that's what the excess was, right? 7. Or they negotiated it a little bit. But Johnny's also entitled to half of her earnings during that marriage. So you got to do math here. It's not just, oh, all her money's her money and all his money's our money. It doesn't work like that, right? I will not partake in any. Bye, Johnny. Thanks for stopping in. We'd be more than happy to come over and hang out at your Switzer house. We can have a Left Undone party, or any of your houses. How about the island? Let's go there. I picked there. I will not partake in any JD recast movies, right? Yep. If they get a new Jack Sparrow, I'm not watching it. You know, I was not really a huge Johnny Depp. I mean, he's from my era, right? Like, he's my age. But I wasn't a huge Johnny Depp fan. I never even knew who Amber Heard was. Honestly, I didn't follow any of that crap. I had no idea that she filed restraining orders and that they had a case in England. I didn't know any of that. I didn't follow it. I like Johnny's movies. What's Eating Gilbert Grape and Edward Scissorhands and Willy Wonka. I mean, I've watched them. I didn't really care for the Rum Diaries. I watched that a couple years back. But what got me in this case, when my ears perked up, was the fact, and I didn't know what was going on until I started watching the trial. But when I realized that, like right off the bat, I'm like, oh, Johnny Depp doesn't need this money. Johnny Depp cares about his reputation. Johnny Depp is doing this to get his name back. There's no reason on the planet why he would do this if it was a lie. He would just fade away like the rest of them do. But yeah, I mean, I always liked him. I loved Pirates of the Caribbean, but I have not watched all of them. I think I've watched the first 2. I don't think I've watched 3, 4, or 5. And it's been forever. Team Johnny. Yeah. Right. 7 million is probably about half of the 14 million more he made compared to our income. Right. So that's what I'm saying. So, you know, Elaine's up there like she was entitled to half of his 70 million or half of his whatever he made during that 15 months of marriage. You know, she made money too. Remember? He didn't want me to work. He didn't let me wear any, you know, I had to wear conservative clothes. Do you see that with that backless dress? She was wearing very risque clothing with him. So, I mean, she certainly didn't look like, you know, a nun. I'm not a movie Hollywood person in general, but I've seen men abused by narcissistic women, and Me Too movement excluded abused men. TV is duty. Yes, absolutely. You know, years ago, I had, when my kids were really little, I got my real estate license. And so I was trying to figure out what the heck I was going to do. I went to manicuring school. I hated that. It was like factory work. And then I got my real estate license, but I didn't love that either because I'm not a salesperson. And I'd be like, you don't like this house, right? Instead of like, I'm like, oh, but look how much potential it has. I'm just not that person. So, but I was in the office as waiting for clients to come in, because then we would do it on the weekend. So somebody would sit at the up desk is what it was called. And so this couple came in and they had 2 kids, and they came in and they said they were looking for a house, but they were super white trashy, So I was like, okay, come in and sit down in the little conference room. We're talking about it. She was so mean to this guy. She kept telling her husband to shut up. Like she was biting his head off. She was so abusive. I was probably 27, and I was like, and then he had a cockroach run up his arm. I was like, oh my God, these people need to get out of my house. Get out of here, bye. But she was very mean to him. And I had never, ever seen that before. And it stuck in my mind like, oh my God, this woman is abusing her husband bad. She was, I can't even remember the exact words she used, but she was super emasculating and mean and nasty. And I swear she probably pounded him the minute they walked out. I didn't hit you. I slapped you. I started watching JD Neighborhood, very drama, open-minded. Now I'm convinced. Yep, exactly. So I didn't know, really, honestly, I didn't look at anything about it. I didn't know anything about it until it started. And, you know, I like to watch court trials because that's what I do here. I have a true crime channel. So when I'm working, I'm charting, I have my little Google Home, and I'll play the trials that are on, and I have to pause them, and then I miss a lot, but I'm working, and then I put it on again, and I watch on my break and try to catch up. So, but once I started hearing the details, I was like, oh, Team Johnny Depp all the way. And the more I heard, the more like, oh, no. She is an insult to all domestic violence survivors and not survivors. Those that are dead, like my friend Pam. Pam is dead. Her husband shot her in the head, and he's walking around free. She was going to domestic violence. She was my best friend since I was 16. I've told you guys about this before. And she was going to domestic violence counseling. She was leaving him. She got 200 miles away, and he made her come back home. She came back home because they were supposedly had this party planned, but she was out of there. Come back home. You can leave after that. She comes back home. She goes to see him at the fire station that morning at like 5 a.m. He tells her to go home, go to bed. She goes home, goes to bed. Apparently she called him. This is from him. When she got home and said, I'm home, I'm going to lay down. And then he went golfing. Because, you know, your wife's leaving you and you're telling people she's acting all crazy, which Pam was very, very mellow, very even keeled. Like I'm the crazy one in our friendship, you know, not her at all. And, so he goes golfing, and then he comes back at noon and goes in the house and finds her shot on the right side. She's left-handed. And he calls his friend, because this is all in the police report, calls his friend and whatever first. And then calls 911. They come out. They decided suicide. And that was it. I got a pro bono private detective group working on it. I don't think we're going to get anywhere. It was 2015. The detective I've talked to, he's like, yeah, I know, it was weird. I know they were having their problems. I go, no. This was bigger than their problems. Oh, they went out to dinner Friday night. Okay, yeah, and then he's like, but the blood splatter says it all. It's the science. And I'm like, okay, what is that? They don't live in Spring, Texas, but out that way. I'm like, okay, so I looked up their crime rate and murder rate and stuff in that town. That guy has been in that police agency since he was in his 20s. And then he became a detective, and he's been there all these years. They don't have many murders. How much blood splatter has he seen? He's not Dexter. Why is he a blood splatter expert? You know? And he's like, yeah, but you can't argue about the science. Well, the detective that I hired is like, so what? Somebody could have been standing in front of her. Tell him to prove it. Tell him to prove that there was nobody else in that room. He's saying it based on whatever blood splatter, but no, he can't prove that there was nobody else in that room. And I'm like, you're right. But I called the coroner, talked to the person that answered. The medical examiner that did the autopsy was no longer there, but she went over it with me, and I said, well, she's left-handed. How could she have shot herself from the right? Oh, some people are ambidextrous. We don't look at that. You don't look at somebody using their non-dominant hand. to commit suicide? Like, wait, what? How do you not look at that? Like, how does that not come into play here? So blood splatter is now being questioned if it's an actual science. Yes, it's controversial. So this dude, he doesn't have any experience. He's not Dexter. Like, he literally is, there's no murders in their town. You know what I mean? Like, how much blood splatter has he seen in his career? Did he go to a seminar one weekend and learn about blood splatter and now he's an expert? Mm-mm. I feel like it's a good old boys, police, fire captain, we're all sticking together kind of thing. Johnny has said he won't go back to Disney. I hope he sticks to that. He said not for 1,000 alpacas and billions of dollars or something. I love that people out there bringing alpacas. Like, what? It's funny. Yep. And so, and Pam, you know, she had left him the fall before, and she came back out, stayed with her parents. She just got in her car, put her dogs in the car, drove all the way from Texas, showed up in California at her parents' house. They were like, what are you doing? And stayed there. She was there for 3 months. We hung out. I had a back injury at work, so I was off for a while because of my back injury. And so we hung out like every day. And she was telling me that she's afraid of him. I'm like, what do you mean you're afraid of him? She's like, I'm afraid of him. He makes me, I'm always like this around him. And I'm like, and I never asked her. I didn't say, has he ever hit you? I did not ask that question. I was trying to let her talk. And I was like, well, what does he do? Like, does he throw things? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, Pam. And so she wound up going, looking up this domestic violence classes while she was in California, you know, and started going to counseling there and talked about it and everything with them. And that dude got on a plane and flew to California and showed up on her parents' door and said, come on, you're going home. And she's like, no, I'm not going home. I'll come talk to you. So they went out to lunch and stuff, talked, and she said, I'm not going home. We need to go to counseling. He's like, you're crazy. I'm not going to counseling. You're the crazy one. And she's like, I just want to go to counseling. And he said no. And so then he kept putting pressure on her, and her kids are adults, but they were in Texas. He's like, you got to come home for the holidays. So she's like, okay. And I'm like, she tells me I'm going to go home, but my parents are coming with me to go home for the holidays. And so they all drove back to Texas together. She went home for the holidays. It was right before Thanksgiving. And then her parents left after the holidays. And on April 2nd is the day she died. And then she was getting ready to leave again. She got 200 miles away. She stayed at Best Western. And yeah. And she went back because he told her, you need to come back for this party. I guess one of the grandkids, they had a party planned. So he made her come back. And once she came back, he did her in. So. What people were watching about this so-called man discussing. Well, I don't know what you're talking about. Right? Anyway, let's see. What else was I going? Oh, okay. Let's change subjects a little bit. That Texas, the school, the elementary school shooting. What in the heck is going on? Oh my gosh, this has to stop. This is awful. But what's really makes me mad is those stupid police officers stood outside for an hour. They didn't go in. It's all jacked up. They should have gone in there. Parents were screaming. I've watched on TikTok, go get our kids, go in. And the cops are like, stand back, stay away. You want me to take you to jail? Like, seriously, they didn't go in. My brother-in-law is a police officer. And my sister was like, oh my gosh, this is against every protocol that they were trained for, you know, school shooters or whatever, for that. Everything they were trained for. They literally said, the hospital people said that some of those kids could have been saved if they would have got to them sooner. Awful. So that just really bothers me because that's going to make everybody's going to be mad at the cops again, you know, because of this. Stupid. I just don't understand how they couldn't have just sacrifice their own, went in there in numbers. I mean, they got bulletproof vests on, like just go save those babies, like little kids, fourth graders. This one guy was, oh my God, NBC showed on TikTok, this dad, he's like, I just want her back. I just want her back. She just turned 10, like horrible. Just awful. Mental health for sure. That's what we need. We need more mental health. And believe me, I have a really hard time finding my patients resources for mental health. There's barely any. And if they are, they let them go 10 minutes later. Like, all right, we decided they're okay. You know, it's awful. It's just mental health in the United States needs help big time. And then the one husband, the school teacher's husband died. And, you know, there is such a thing as broken heart syndrome. There is. And he died like 2 days after she died. I was like, oh my gosh, just snowball, ridiculous. One of the police said on air, he didn't go in because the police might have gotten shot. Like that risk isn't what they signed up for. See, that's so bad. That is just so bad. Yep. Now those kids lost both parents. Awful. Oh, that's right. You got the stalker, right? He's going to kill somebody. I mean, that's just scary, you know? Florida, there's barely any mental health as well. I've referred kids showing major red flags and nothing happened. Yeah. And it's just not. If you have money, like even like my lips are getting chapped. Even like my poor pregnant moms that are on drugs, they're addicts. They can't get beds anywhere. They're like, I need to get sober. I'm pregnant. I need to have an abortion or I need to get sober, you know, try to find them resources. And it's almost, there's like nothing. Well, you can call every day to see if we have a bed. Just call every day. Maybe we'll have a bed this week. Maybe not. I don't believe they were. There were still 911 calls coming from that room. And there was a little boy in that room that lived. He was on TikTok talking and, so yeah, no, they weren't all dead. And they were still calling 911. Some of the kids in that classroom were. Yeah. I think the ones that were all dead were all in one classroom. But I think before they were all dead, the police did get there before they were all shot. There's stuff coming out still. We'll have to follow it to know exactly. Parents aren't parenting. Yes, there are plenty of still, and many are vacant. Very, very true as well. Mental health issues. If the info we have is correct, Lori Vallow was evaluating Arizona and deemed okay. Yep, that's right. She certainly was. And the police officer in there told her how to like in that interview. He tells her how not to. Well, you don't have to go. Well, you don't have to answer the door. Well, you seem pretty okay to me. You don't seem crazy. Really? Oh my God. Now you're a police officer, you're a mental health professional, and you know exactly if she's crazy or not while her husband's trying to get help for her. Okay. I go nuts when reports come out and I am sure I can hear everything can't hear everything properly yet. Yeah. It's like so many different, eventually I think we'll get more information. It's still so fresh. Working to afford life that they're too tired to actually parent, so they rely on screens to keep their kids entertained. That may blame everything else for behaviors. I feel like there's a lot more behavioral issues at this point too. You're right. Yeah, it's just sad. Right. She had to change her name. She's got so sad, Bobby. Scary, scary, scary. Let's see what else I can say. Everyone's a liar. The copyright. JJ's birthday. Elon Musk. Bad news. That one bruise on her arm, they said on Amber's arm, they say that's 15 days old. I don't know. It looks fresher than 15 days, but I'm not a bruise expert. So, yes, we all miss you. So I think, yeah, we're about an hour and a half in. Anybody got any final things to say, questions? Thumbs up, please, 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 please. That's what you can do. Right, midnight noon, right? I mean, there's still a lot of questions, so we got to find, yeah. Okay, so have a great Memorial Day weekend. I'm going to go sit in my dirt and pretend it's my pool. I'm just kidding. What's going on? Hello? Okay, Google, show me the front door. What's going on? Why are we barking?
Screaming the front door.
Oh, Amazon. It's just Amazon. They just come every day. Okay, Google, closed. No, so she goes to Amazon. Okay, Purse, we're going to hang up now. All right, you guys. So, yeah, thumbs up, please. And thanks for coming. Yes, thank you, Michelle, for saying thank you. And anybody that I will put, if you're a member and you don't have the Discord link, I'll put it on the community page right now for you so you can come in there and hang out and visit. We got a Johnny Depp Amber Heard channel now too. So when my pool was being built, we blew up pool balls. I know, right? Yep. All right, guys, have a great Memorial weekend. And we can catch up on Tuesday after. I'll bet you they have their verdict on Tuesday. So if there's a verdict on Tuesday, let's do a live stream and talk about the Depp case on Tuesday after the verdict comes out. Okay. I'm sure a lot of channels will be talking about it, but we can talk about it too. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Have a great day, weekend. Bye. Stay safe, stay well, be well, you guys. Take care of yourselves. All right. Bye-bye.